All right, this is Incident at Neshabur by Santana off the Abraxas album. This is an excellent tune. I'm going to show you the first riff here. We got... Okay, so what we have there is like a G minor pentatonic type of thing. We got 3 to 5 on the D string, and a little kind of a pickup note there at the end, like on the D note of the 5th fret of the A string. So I use that same finger on that same fret so I don't have to roll that one over, so it's cleaner. So it's... So you do that same thing 3 times, and then you're going to hit one more of these G notes on that 5th fret of the D string. And you got the 2 5s on the G and B strings. So the 2 3s over there. So you got... So on the 3rd one of this one, you're going to go straight down that G minor pentatonic. Hammer on, pull off. 5 3 1 to that G bass note. So, and then we're going to do the same thing. The only thing that's going to be different is the, instead of 5s to 3s, we're going to go 3s to 5s. So it's... Same riff there. So that thing just goes twice. So I'll do the whole thing one more time. And it just goes twice through. So there's a bit of an intro with like some drums and stuff, and then that thing comes in. That's kind of like the main riff of the tune. And then we're going to get into later, he's got a solo that's going to come up. This is going to be in triplets. It's going to be like 1 and a 2 and a, right? So you got 1. So we're going straight up this scale here, but we're not playing the first triplet. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you got 2 notes into that next measure. So it's 10 12 on the A, 10 12 on the D, 9 10 12 on the G, 10 12 13 on the B, and then you got a 10 down here on the E, and then you got 12 to 12, first string to second string. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 boom. Okay, and then we're gonna have. So this next riff is 13 to 10. You got a 12, a little pull off with that 15 to 12, and then we're gonna have a 13. Hold that a little bit, and then 12 to 10. Back in the triplets, we got 4 and a 1 and a 2. Okay, so we got 1. Now here's a riff that he's going to start to repeat a bit. It's got 12 on the D, and then you have a 9 to 10 on the G to the 10 on the B. Then we're going to have a 12, 9, 10, 10, and then 13, 12, 10, and then kind of a quicker double pull off there. So it's like, this is also after the first part of the first triplet. So like 1 and we're going to come in on the and. So 1 and okay, and then the next part, same thing. Wait till the second beat of that first triplet. 1. So this one's tricky. This is going to be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a quick one right there. So it's 1. Then we have more triplets, a new measure. We got. So the hammer there, the 9 to 10 is the faster one of those. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and da-da-da-da. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and then you got a quick one. And that's like 4E at the end. Okay, so we have a series of 12, 9, 10, and then we go 10, 10, and then we do the 12 again. So the 9 to 10 is always the faster bit. Now at the end of this one, we're gonna have da-da-dee-da-dee-dum, and then 10, 12, 10. So that was 9, 10, 10, 9, 10, 12. So that's like a set of 6 notes there. So and then you got 10, 12, 10. And then we get into triplets again. We're gonna have, these are like slower triplets. So the first one is still missing. So this is kind of a recurring theme in this, like 1 and 2 and and that's really over 4 beats, but we can still look at it like that. So it's like 1. So it's 12, 13 on the second, 10, 12, 15, and then we keep going with 12, 13, 12, 13, 12, 10, 10, kind of quick on the 10, 10. So we got 1. So here we have 10, 12, 13, still in these triplets, 10, 12, 15, and then 12, 10, bend that 13, and then it kind of changes feels, and you get. So we have a bend on the 13, little 10, 13, 10. You got that 12 up and down on the G. Go to the 10, 12, 12 on the D, 10 down there. Whenever I got to go to the same fret, I try to throw a different finger in there. I kind of learned that kind of a Clapton trick. It keeps things really clean when you can do that. So once again, this little riff was. Now this one's going to be like a rake on this F minor, the ones. So you got a 3, 4, 3, kind of bend that 4 up and down. And then we have like a. So it's either a kind of a muted hit, or it's like this 1 down here. It's also like a triplet. 1, 4, 1. Bend the 3, and then 3, 1. And then we're going into the, kind of have a 1 to 2 here at the end of that. So we're back into that riff. Now we have a really pretty kind of a arpeggio type of thing. Okay, so this is 12, 9 on the G to 10 on the D. Then we're gonna go 9 on the G to the 10 on the D to the 12 on the A. So these are like triads of each different chord here. So this is like. Then we're gonna go 7, 9, 10, 5, 7, 8, and then that F major 7 chord, 8, 7, 5, 5. So we got. Holds this 7 up here in the G for a long time. Kind of lets it go down to that 5. And then we're going to wait a minute. We're going to have. So this is 4, 5, 7 and kind of a triplet. 5 on the B, 5 on the G, 7 on the D. So that was 5, 8 on the B. Bending that 7th fret G again. Hold that a really long time. And then while you're still holding it and it's sustaining, he goes, he has like he'll sustain it and get 3 more bends out of it. And then he'll drop that 5 to 4 when that new measure hits in. And he's got that kind of triplet, 4, 5, 7 again. 5 to 5. And then we wait a little bit. We have a really soft couple of opens, and then we have. So after the 2 kind of opens that mellowly get us towards this new measure, we're gonna have 4 opens, and then 5 to the opens, 7 to the opens, and then just 1 pull off on that 8 to open, 10 to 12 on this E, So then we have kind of a couple 12s. We have like a 12, 10, 12, 10, 8 to the 7. Kind of pull that off and back. And then at the end of this measure, we got so 7, 8, 10, 8, 8, 10, 8, hammer on. Now we get into some higher stuff here. So that's going to be 12 in the G to the little 15, 13, 12, 10. So it's so 8, 10, 12, hammer on, pull off. So got a couple trills there. So it's kind of a pull off, 10 to 8, and then 5, 7 on the D, 3, 5 over there. It could be like real quick, like, because you got to get back into that. We're going to hit that same 15, 13, 12, 10, and then the same. And then real quiet, you gotta. So 030 on the E, 5420 on the G, and then we get into a boom. So this is a C major 7. We got 3 on the C note on the A, 3, 5, 4, 5. So we got boom. And this is a F major 7 with a G bass. Boom. Now we're getting pretty close to the end of the song at this point. So after that's gone for a while, we're going to bend this 7 on the G string again. Kind of hold it for a while, and then it's real kind of smooth and soft right here. You got little E, and then you got, so you bend that 3 on the 2nd string, 1 to open, so this is going to be 5 on the D, 4, 5, 7, 5 on the B, A minor chord, and then we have trill 7 to 8, 8 to 10. Do it twice. And then the very last thing is, so that was little 3 open, 1 open, open on the G, 2 on the D, 3, 2 on the A. All right, Incident at Neshabur by Santana from Abraxas. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to write some of these things in a tab and put it with this video. But if you want to learn all of those things, like just the timing just right, check out the Songster tab. It's got it all written out with, you know, all the rhythms and how long you hold everything, where the rests are and all that, where the triplets are and all that. Okay, thanks a lot, y'all. I'll talk to you soon.